I know. Oh yeah.
I know this one. It's just a wedding podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Sound Precision Entertainment and Cufflink Media, Cleveland's best DJ, photo, and video team. When it comes to your big day, why juggle multiple vendors when you can have one amazing team? We're going to save you time, money, and stress because we're better together. From packed dance floors to photos and cinematic video, we've got you covered from I Do to The Last Dance. Book your wedding dream team today at spedj.com and cufflinkmedia.com. Find the links in the description below.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode, but a special episode of the It's Just a Wedding podcast. How we doing? How we feeling?
You know, we're in Pittsburgh, one of the great cities of the Midwest.
What do they call it? The
Cleveland.
Iron City here? Pittsburgh?
Steel City.
Steel.
It's close.
Cleveland is the
Permane
Steel
Brothers.
City.
Little Permane Brothers on the way.
I am excited to be here. I do know that, unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing in the playoffs tomorrow. So I don't know who they're playing, but we are strongly rooting against them. Yeah.
Okay.
It is in our blood. Well, as you guys can see, we're super excited. We have another guest on the show today, and this one is a really exciting one for us. So I'd like to introduce Victoria Deardorff of Burgh Brides. Did I nail that?
You did.
As
yes.
a DJ. So,
yes, thank you.
So I got to say, today on the show, we are joined by Victoria Deardorff, the creator and CEO of Burgh Brides, based right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Victoria built Burgh Brides into one of the region's go-to wedding resources, connecting couples with inspiration, trusted vendors, and real wedding stories that truly reflect this city. We're excited to have her with us on the Pittsburgh DJ Summit. Victoria, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's so good to meet you guys.
Yeah, likewise. I have a question before we get into it.
Let's go.
How often do people forget the H in Burgh? I'm one of those people.
People who live here forget the H in Burgh.
I was trying to find your at the one day, and I was
yes.
spelling Burgh wrong.
Yes.
I'm like, where'd she go?
Yes.
So we were here last year for the Pittsburgh DJ Summit, not as a podcast, as attendees, and we had fun. But prior to me coming here for the summit, I was probably 14 years old playing in a hockey tournament. So it's been a little while since.
Yeah, a lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
Yeah.
Your roads here are crazy. One-way streets and brick roads. And
Those
really
have not
bad.
gotten any better.
Yeah, we were fucking twisted and lost
Yes.
3 or 4 times just trying to get here today. So
Yeah, sorry about that. On behalf of the city of Pittsburgh,
you should take responsibility for the entire thing. Well, I mean, so you made it out. I appreciate it. It's kind of a blustery evening
It is
here.
very windy outside, yeah.
Windy, cold,
Snowy.
snow,
Yeah.
sadly.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So yesterday, Cleveland, you're looking at about 45 degrees, and today it was like at times like a blizzard. It was
Oh,
brutal.
White
yeah.
out.
That sounds typical, yeah.
Right out.
Well, you said before we started that you have listened to the show, so what you probably know is one of the ways that we like to start things off is by talking about some wedding horror stories, because, you know, with the three of us, you know, we have nearly, you know, probably 50 years of experience of wedding experience. So I'm guessing now with you, we're adding another, you know, at least
At
dozen
least
or more.
10.
At least
Yeah.
10. Okay. So I like to tell brides, now, in a world where it's a lot of money, they're excited, it's nerve-wracking, take a deep breath. At the end of the day, it's just a wedding, and typically things won't go this bad. So do you got one kind of in the holster for us?
I do, and I feel like I can tell this story because it happened to a friend of mine.
Okay.
So this dates pre-Burgh Brides. So we are going back quite a while.
Okay.
A friend of mine was getting married in the middle of nowhere, eastern Pennsylvania.
Okay.
A very, very small town. His now wife was from this area. She found a barn that was not typically a wedding venue, but that she somehow convinced the owners to rent to her for her wedding. So right there, you can see the red flags going off, right?
Yeah.
So I was helping them with the coordination and the execution on the day of, and the morning of the wedding, the groom, some of the groomsmen, myself, my husband, we're all helping to set up the barn. And the groom was not paying attention to what he was doing, and he walked headfirst into a wooden beam, split his forehead open.
Wait, is this before the ceremony?
Oh my God.
This is before the ceremony. Split his forehead open. He had a pretty deep gash, gushing blood all down his face.
Wow.
And everyone, of course, is looking to me, the wedding planner, to somehow fix the situation.
You're like, I am not a nurse.
I am like, I do not know how to give stitches, so you need to go to MedExpress or something.
Yeah.
So he did. He had a lovely little butterfly bandage on his forehead for photos. So the bride was not too happy that he somehow got himself into that predicament.
So okay, so we have a head injury on wedding day, and bride has butterfly stitches in all of her wedding photos now.
Yeah, I think that she does. I think,
but
that
nothing
she does.
more serious, like no concussions or anything.
I don't think so. But, you know, he rallied, and he's actually a musician. He was able to perform at the reception. So I think he was okay otherwise.
Did he have blood kind of gushing down his shirt, or did he not even meet the
He was
collar?
not even dressed yet. He wasn't dressed for the ceremony yet. But
I was like, man, did he have to go get a new shirt? Did he like dry clean it?
Thank God he wasn't dressed yet.
Yes, yeah. So...
Julie, have you had any blood experiences at weddings yet?
No, we just had the one lady like pass out.
Yeah,
and,
we did
under
have a
the
lady
ground.
go
That
down.
was
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, and then like and the funny part was like the father of the bride was like, just keep it going. We're like, this lady
She'll be fine.
might be dead.
They literally called an
so
ambulance, and then
Walk
they
it
had,
off.
like, I think they took her out.
Wow.
They did.
Yeah.
And the entire time it was just like, yeah, we'll just keep this thing rolling. So.
Hey.
So, Nicholas, you want to kind of jump in, ask a couple questions here? Get
Yeah.
the ball rolling a bit?
I think we're all interested in knowing who you are and what you do. So
Yeah.
walk us through the inspiration and kind of where Burgh Brides started.
Yeah. So I got my start in the Pittsburgh events industry. I was working for a university here in Pittsburgh. We were doing all kinds of events, from large weekend gatherings like commencement and homecoming to annual faculty and staff award programs and sort of everything in between. It was about as much of a 9-to-5 job as you can get in the events industry.
Sure.
So it was fantastic. But I had that creative itch that I needed to scratch.
Right.
So I started working with a wedding planner, freelance on the side, doing day of coordination, different design projects, things like that. Through that, I was meeting all of these really amazing couples who were throwing these stylish weddings. I was connecting with all these really talented vendors. And this was many, many years ago. Blogs were really big at the time.
Yeah.
Style Me Pretty was huge. But they were never talking about Pittsburgh. It was always Chicago, Philly, DC, New York, Cleveland.
Probably not Cleveland either, yeah.
And so I thought, well, this is kind of a shame. I know these amazing weddings are taking place here because I'm seeing them, but no one was talking about them. So I kind of thought there needs to be a platform where all of this can be showcased. So that's kind of where the idea came
And how
from.
long ago was that?
Oh, gosh, that was... I'm going to age myself now. Probably like 2009.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I sat on the idea for a couple of years.
So you're like a pioneer in the Pittsburgh bridal movement.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
I kind of sat on the idea because I didn't really know how to make it happen. What is it going to look like? You know, I was super young at the time. But eventually, in 2014, I was still unable to shake that idea. It was still something that would always pop into the back of my head. And I thought, I just need to make this happen, finally. Sure. I just need to see what happens.
Right.
Did not think anyone would read it. I really thought it was going to be like a creative outlet. And it kind of exploded.
That's good.
Much to my happiness and surprise.
Let me tell you what I love about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we talked a little bit before the podcast. So, like, in a world where there's like a few big national players, we won't even mention them right now on the podcast. There's, whether it be national online publications, actual physical print, or in some cases, some of these national trade shows, bridal shows. I do love the fact that you are here, like, for the local vendors, for the local brides, and like you're able to like really bridge a gap between, rather than going to like this huge third-party national company where Pittsburgh might be like one small, you know, pepperoni on the pizza, you know, you get to be the pizza here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's, you know, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, have been in this local industry for over a decade. And, you know, I know the city forward and backwards. And so I think that's part of why couples have trusted Burgh Brides for so long.
Sure.
Because they know that me and my team now, you know, we have our finger on the pulse of the local industry here.
so when it started, you said it was kind of like a creative outlet. So was it like initially a blog?
It was initially a blog.
Okay.
I was still working full time. I did not even have a vendor guide until year 2.
What were you working as before you?
I was still working for the university, doing events for them. I didn't have the vendor guide until year 2.
Okay.
And, you know, it was just kind of like over the years, from listening to my audience, finding out what they wanted, by listening to the wedding professionals, learning what they wanted, and then just kind of, adjusting all the time. And and now we just hit 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a milestone.
Congrats.
Snake
Thank
eyes.
you. Thank you.
So how do you balance your creatism with
Creatism.
creativity?
I think
Creativity.
you have the tism after a comment
Creative.
like
Creativity.
the creatism.
How do you balance your creativity with professionalism and
Yeah.
performance?
That's a good question. I don't know if balance is probably a good word, because I feel like we're all doing a million things at once, right? And I'm sure that we all feel like we're not doing any of them very well because we're always doing a million things, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think, some days I feel really fueled by the creative parts of my business. And then other days I am doing taxes and I'm doing payroll.
Doesn't
and
that
and
suck?
I'm like,
Yeah.
this
It's a lot.
is so boring. This is not what I wanted to do.
I just met with a new CPA and I'm like, this is not what I signed up
It's terrible.
for.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
But it's part of running a business.
So I guess to dive a little deeper, I got to ask. So we kind of heard a little bit of, like the origin
Yeah.
story. So today, I think we've all agreed that you are kind of a juggernaut here in the Pittsburgh market. So what
you.
role does Burgh Brides play for a bride and or groom today? What does Burgh Brides do for a couple?
I think it cuts out a lot of the noise. You go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, you go on Google, you go on some of the larger national wedding planning sites, and it is just information overload. And half of it doesn't even apply to the city that you're getting married in. And
Yeah.
so Burgh Brides just kind of cuts through the noise and does like that first level of homework, that first layer of homework for couples by saying, these are the vendors who are trusted, they are reputable, they have a good reputation for working well with other wedding vendors. Our vendor guide is exclusive, so we're very particular about who we work with.
So that's what I was
Okay.
going to ask you. So here's a question that I'm guessing, because if I was in your market, this is the question I would ask. So
Yeah.
clearly, it's a paid platform,
Yeah.
so your vendors are paying to be a part of it. So how do you balance making sure that these are high-end, reputable vendors versus somebody who may not pay for the platform? So how do you guys go about balancing? How do you make those decisions?
Yeah, so, like I said, we really try to keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on here in the local industry. So we're always keeping our eyes open for people who might be new to the market, picking up on kind of who is sort of up and coming,
So can vendors, I guess, apply to be a part of it, or is it like an invite-only situation?
It is an application.
Okay.
So we have a series of questions that we ask. Usually I will hop on a discovery call if I'm not familiar with someone. I have also been known to reach out to other vendors to sort of
Okay.
get
It's kinda good.
testimonials, because I think that's
Sure.
something that's really, really important.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is
Word of mouth
huge.
is-
Word
Yeah.
of mouth is huge. We obviously want to make sure that you have a good reputation for delivering high quality service to your clients, but also that you play nice in the sandbox.
For sure.
If other vendors don't like working with you, you're probably not the best fit for Burgh Brides. So we do a lot of homework like that.
So
Yeah.
what do you say is a key differentiator or something that is unique to a Pittsburgh bride?
Do you mean something that they do at their
Yeah,
wedding,
maybe
or like?
trends or something that you think might be only unique to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, obviously the cookie table.
I
I know
was-
that
I was
this
gonna say
is
other
into
than the
Youngstown.
cookie
Okay,
table.
other than the cookie table.
A lot of people claim they have the cookie table.
They do, yes. I feel like there's
Yeah.
like an origin war going on here. Like,
Don't you guys use a weird word for tree lawn? Don't you call it the devil strip or something here in Pittsburgh?
Wait, what?
what?
That's funny.
I've heard that before.
A weird word for what?
So do you know? Do you guys call it a tree lawn? So the area, if you have a home,
Okay.
So there's the sidewalk and there's the bit of grass between the sidewalk and the street.
Okay.
What do you guys call that?
I didn't even know there was a word for that.
What?
I just
Tree
thought
lawn.
it
Oh
was
my
the
gosh.
front lawn.
In-
I
Like,
just thought it was the
In
the
Cleveland, we call it a tree
Sidewalk.
lawn.
Okay.
However, I read somewhere once that I forget the reasoning for it, but it's called the devil strip in Pittsburgh. Something about because it's owned by the city, but it has to be taken care of by the homeowner. So
You know
it's
what? That's probably true. That is probably true. I wouldn't be surprised.
okay.
That's true.
Well, I'm glad I taught you something here.
I know. I didn't. This is fascinating me.
So Pittsburgh is the home of the cookie table.
We think so. We think so. I know it extends into Youngstown. Youngstown will claim that they are, but
I
don't want to start
Even
any.
in Cleveland, we probably get, so on the DJ side, we do about 200 weddings a year.
Yeah.
And I bet you like maybe 15 times a year, like we have
Yeah.
people that have like the old fashioned cookie
Yeah.
table.
It's definitely common.
And
Yeah.
I have to tell you that I am a huge fan of all things peanut butter. So Buckeyes, peanut butter cookies, huge fan of some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Plus, I think it's a lot easier to feed a wedding in terms of desserts with a million cookies versus a cake. You
Yeah.
got to cut this cake,
And that's
not
kind of how
everybody
the
likes
tradition
cake.
came about.
Nobody really eats the cake.
A lot of people don't eat the cake.
And sometimes the cake sucks.
Yeah, that's true. That's
you may
I'll
true.
not know
call
this,
it.
Victoria, but you are sitting next to who we call the snack queen.
We're gonna be friends.
Ju-
We're gonna be friends.
Literally, she got in the truck to come to Pittsburgh. She's like, I've got, what was it? What did we have? You had rice cakes?
I had rice cakes.
She
Yeah,
had
little
Four
rice
different bags of
cakes.
food.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I had
No children, but she is the mom of the company. She's always got juice boxes and
that.
snacks and
Love
little
that.
candy bars. The
Yeah,
whole bit,
every
so.
wedding I'm at, I'm always having like a bag of snacks, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
is everybody hungry? Like
you
anyone
need
hungry?
to
in
be
between?
fueled.
So let's get into the summit a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean,
You're partnering with them on some
I
regard.
am. Yeah. Last year I was one of the panelists for the Wedding Pro panel, and this year I'm
Gotcha.
moderating it. So I'm
you're
excited.
the moderator.
I am.
I almost killed these people last year.
It got a little tense up there. I'm not gonna lie.
Asked me to go up on. They asked me to go up on stage, and they were like, "Well, how do you feel about your
Oh, man.
competitors?" And I looked at everybody in the room, and I said, "If my competitor was in front of me drowning, I would stick a hose in their mouth and turn on the spigot." And there was
You could
audible.
cut the air with a knife.
Yikes.
There were audible gasps in the room. However, I have to say, we as a company can and do play nice in the sandbox, but I very much do want to take all of my competitors' business. Not a little bit, I want all of it. So
I think you asked what was unique to Pittsburgh couples. I think something that's unique to the Pittsburgh professionals is that there's like a healthy level of competition. But it's a very warm community.
I wish we had that in Cleveland. Like
This is why I
the
was
photo
communicating with
community.
you,
Yeah. The photo
we literally
community
get
is
like in
evil.
Cleveland, you go into
my
like some of these
gosh.
Facebook groups, and there will be people just who I've never met before that will just shit all over you.
Especially in the photography
Wow.
community. It's ridiculous. It's
such a
crazy in
shame.
Cleveland. It's like, can we all just be artists and
Right.
be nice to
Right.
each other, be chill,
Right.
like
Can
cool,
we be
like hype each
friends?
other up, something like that. But like, no, it's not like that at all.
Oh no,
It's
I'm
like,
sorry to hear that.
Cleveland is
you
much
should
more
come to
like
Pittsburgh. You should move to Pittsburgh.
Well, it's funny. Not that we have any current plans, but we have thought about for about 2 or 3 years. We've considered a Pittsburgh market expansion or possibly Columbus. So like we've looked
Okay.
at both markets, but I do think that probably Pittsburgh is a little bit closer to market size and the types of people than
Yeah.
even Columbus would be. So
Yeah.
It would be
Our-
on the short list for an expansion.
Oh,
if
we
you ever
should
see
talk.
SPE Pittsburgh, you might see it. So, well, yeah. So I mean, obviously we're here at the summit. So, what is your reason for attending? Right? I mean, like obviously you're a busy person. You do a lot of stuff. So you're taking some time out of your week here. What makes this be a place that you want to come and associate your brand with?
Yeah, I think strengthening the local wedding industry is hugely important to me and my team. And I think this is one of those things that does that, getting DJs together specifically, but also just getting industry professionals together. You said there are some photo and video people here. I know for the panel, we were inviting everyone. You didn't just have to be a DJ to attend. So I think any time that vendors can learn from one another, it just makes everyone's job easier. So I think just building those connections, learning from each other, aligns with what Burgh Brides stands for.
And I think what they've done really well, like I'll give them a lot of credit because I believe they're either in their 3rd or 4th year now.
Yeah, I think third.
I think it's their 3rd
Yeah.
year. And I mean, so if I'm not mistaken, I believe Jess let us know that they're 250 tickets, something like that sold.
Sounds right, yeah.
And when you start looking at like attendees, this is not like just Pittsburgh or 2 hours away Cleveland. I mean, there's people coming
Yeah.
in from Boston and
Yeah.
the Carolinas and Texas, and I mean literally all over the Eastern Seaboard. So they've really made this a destination for wedding event people to want to come to Pittsburgh. So kudos to them for
Yeah.
being able to put their their show on the map so quickly and kind of
Yeah.
start making some inroads.
Yeah.
So the soiree that is happening this week, you're partnered on that as well.
Yeah.
Any insights that you could give us?
So it's just going to be a casual networking kind of
I don't know if you know this about us, but we love to soiree.
Oh, I love it
I'll be
too.
soireeing
Do
We
it.
all over the
soiree
place.
with the best of them. I'll be honest with you.
I
So-
love that you just turned that into a verb.
I can turn anything into a verb.
But yeah, it's just going to be like a casual kind of opportunity to just get together, have some fun in a very low pressure setting.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
shout out, I have to say, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it going to be like hosted by you guys, but is like the female DJ council, are they a part of that?
I think so.
Which
Yeah.
is super
Yeah.
cool because
Yeah.
we're one of the few companies in Cleveland that have had female DJs work for us for the
Yeah.
brand. So I always think it's super cool when you can get, other people involved who may not be like the prototypical,
Yeah.
wedding DJ involved. So female entrepreneur, female DJ council.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
Yeah.
we're on the right side.
I love
here,
it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we have the whole week. I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Any last minute words you want to give to the audience at home about maybe your brand or what you guys stand for?
Oh gosh. I
One
don't
final
know.
thing to leave them with.
Go Steelers. No.
No, that's going to be.
I actually,
You're gonna
truth
hear
be
that.
told, I don't care about football at all.
Yeah, it's gonna
I don't really follow
That seemed
sports
like an
either.
appropriate thing to
Just
end with,
chilling.
though.
That's fair.
So, well, absolutely, I want you to do one thing. So,
Yeah.
tell the people
The people.
where they can find you, find your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
BurghBrides.com on
With an H?
with an H.
Yeah.
I got corrected.
BURGH.
I was emailing with Jess, and I'm like, "Hey, Pittsburgh, no H." She's like, "Say Pittsburgh without an H one more time." I was like, "Whoa."
Yes. And we are at Burgh Brides on the socials.
Okay.
Yeah. Or hello at Burgh Brides if you want to shoot me an email.
Wow, look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I have to tell you, so far, although it's been a short amount of time, all of the people in Pittsburgh have been very hospitable.
Oh, good.
Despite the fact that we blame you wholeheartedly for the road situation, we did get here
So sorry.
safely, but we're super excited. Really amazing things you built. I have to say
you.
that we're all very, very impressed. We're excited to see you the rest of the week while we're here. If you haven't done so, please go check them out at burghbrides.com. And
Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, follow her, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
it's just a wedding out.
Just a wedding podcast.